Sheriff's Department.
Hey, is Joey there?
Hello?
Hey, Joey.
Hey,
It's Matt Reardon.
what's going on?
Oh, not much. Following up with you on this, on the public record request that I brought to your attention that had gone unfulfilled, that my wife had submitted.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been out of our office. It was gone that day you asked me about it. I come checked on it. It's back over there at the Chancery building with the clerk.
Really?
Yeah.
So so it's Lisa?
Yeah, her office, a lot of times she's covered up, so, and then she sends that stuff sometimes to the attorney to look at, but yeah, all of our end has been sent to her.
Okay.
Her office. Maybe not necessarily her, but her office.
Well, it certainly sounds like they're dropping the ball there. If y'all are complying on time, there's definitely no need in them shooting past the deadline, especially after I followed up on it.
Well, ours is that day you asked about it. I checked up on it, so I don't know what's going on there. I know she was out of town for several days, so that may have been the time.
Okay, all right. Hey, two things real quickly. So, what about, I came up there, I think on like the 20th, about, and you'd pulled up right there at the end part, but I was trying to get to the bottom of like what Alan Wilburn had said to the Oxford Eagle, and I'd spoken to you about that like a day or two prior. He said that that they had put that in a file and they no longer look back at it, but I think that when it comes to a statement made in fact under color of law about somebody that to a news source, that that's definitely something it's not to be taken lightly, especially if the word allegedly is the key word there, and him not using it, and more so having no remorse, and even attacking me back, calling me a liar when I was simply trying to get to the bottom of this. And it certainly, I would hope that, is there something that you can do about that? Because that directly that reflects poorly on the sheriff's department.
On what part?
What do you mean?
What are you asking me about? What he made to the paper?
Yeah. So basically, the burden of proof, the burden of liability there falls back on him, because now that me raising this, he has to ultimately prove that what he said was in fact the truth. It was backed by fact. The burden shifts on that, because I'm saying that
When were you arrested? You talking about when you were arrested 4 years ago? 5?
No, it's 3. It was May. It was May 20. It was May 26, 2017.
That article you showed me where he made a comment to the paper.
Yeah, he made the comment on May 30th to the paper whenever the bond hearing, after the bond hearing where I was given a $150,000 bond, and my assumption on that was, it's an extremely astronomical, unjustifiable really bond, and so that helped to bring it more justifiable. And B, I feel like it was a direct attack on me to help divide the people that stood behind me, to turn them away.
Yeah, I understand. But that was 3 years ago when I've changed that process. We send emails now, and I'm the only one that speaks to the paper.
I understand, but you have to understand that millions of splinters were sent through this area, and a lot of people relied heavily on that article.
I don't, maybe so. I'm not really sure, but I guess that's where you and your attorney though will bring that out.
Well, my attorney's a piece of shit, you know that.
Yeah.
What? And one other quick question I had for you. What about if you remember, thinking back right before my arrest, I think it might have been the 24th, or it was probably the 24th or the 23rd of May. I know it's a good while back, but you had reached out to me several times, and you remember we had played phone tag back and forth. I would stay on the phone for like a minute, and I wasn't sure what exactly you were calling about, but I didn't trust the system already, and there were several statements made. I know Todd Lynch. If you look at the homepage of MattReardon.com, I've got the October surprise posted there. It's is a 90-minute special that I released last night. Pretty good release, and it had some just crazy evidence in there of Todd Lynch. But what would and then the restraining order filing by Ray Tannehill, it said that numerous complaints were called into Oxford Police Department, that I was a dangerous person, and of course you were the police chief, and you had reached out to me a few times, in the days prior to my arrest. What was that about? Did you receive some kind of complaint or something?
Man, I'd have to go back and look. All I remember, you were causing some. People were concerned about you walking around with a loaded AR-15 was the biggest thing I can.
But that was the day before. That was the day before my arrest. That was May 25th. That was the day before my arrest. I didn't walk around with it prior to that.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I'd have to go back. I don't know, man. You were from several incidents. I can't recall offhand. I'd have to go back and look at it.
I mean, I don't think my behavior was any more erratic than what Todd Lynch's was.
I don't know that I had any calls on Todd Lynch.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it was two different sides of the political spectrum. I mean, conservatives aren't really known for calling in complaints on liberals, like liberals being known for calling in complaints on conservatives. I mean, that's just a political divide right there.
Yeah, well, I take your word on that one.
Do what?
Look, call me back or come by and see me. I got somebody sitting in my office with me right now.
All right, Jay.